Hi guys, so I have a lot to go over in this video. Put that back a little bit. Sorry for the construction going on. But yeah, okay. This is going to be about Mars and Venus energy. Mars and Venus, we can pretty much say, is the yin and yang to life, to ourselves, to satisfying ourselves on a whole. But also, you know, if we have not satisfied ourselves with our yin and yang, our masculine and our feminine energy, we will search for it in our partner. So that's usually the type of person that you will go for because they satisfy that side of you that you have not yet found within yourself. So for example, actually, no, I'm not going to give an example yet. I'm going to go through my list. Okay, first I want to explain what Mars is. Mars is the masculine. It is what controls sex, drive and energy, career, being realistic, and it's the dominance. It's the, you know, control. Venus is femininity. It's intuition, it's feeling, it's love, and it's being idealistic, and it's a recessive sign. So it's pretty much based on receiving and being a little bit more passive. Now, it's important to satisfy both of these within ourself, and that is what will help us feel whole, and we won't need to go searching for it in our relationships, you know, in like a partnership with someone. Now, partnerships are great for many reasons, but if you have never really had a time of your life where, where like you've actually just been single and loved it and savored every moment of it, and really grew from being on your own, then it's something you should really try. You should think about experiencing it because your soul will evolve so much once you experience that. But if you're always expecting your other partner to give you that energy, then you're not getting anything. You're really not gaining anything from it. You know, but you have a partnership, so that's great too. But you know, you have to look at what is more important to you. Is it feeling whole within yourself, or is it feeling whole with partner? But the thing is that you can't control anybody, and you can't expect anybody to be with you for forever. I'm sorry. That sounds really bad. It's a letdown. I know. Disney really fucked us up. But like, you know, you really can't expect someone to be there for you for forever. And so that's why it's really important to satisfy yourself first. You know, people leave, whether it's intentional or not. So you need to be stable. So something to look at is if you are a female, it's pretty easy to, well, it's of course easy to satisfy your Venus energy because you're a female. Or, you know, if you are not a female, but you feel that you have more feminine energy, then you can consider yourself ruled by Venus. It's easy to satisfy that, but it's harder to satisfy your Mars, your opposite sign. So that's why we look for it in somebody else. And once you stop looking for it in somebody else and learn how to cultivate it from your own life, you know, the search will be over. Like, you're good. The problem is that if you're a man, or say you're actually a female, but you're mainly masculine energy, if it's hard for you to satisfy that female energy, or say you're ashamed of tapping into that feminine energy, because this is, you know, the toxic masculinity that we're going through right now. Like, guys have a really hard time accepting anything that has to do with being feminine because they think it's being a pussy, you know? It's not being a pussy. It's not. It's being like a good, well-rounded person. It's yin and yang. If you are ignoring your Venus energy or just expecting it to be satisfied by a female, you know, your life's gonna be really out of whack. Like, this is where like really bad people come from. And I'm not just saying like that's only men, you know, who aren't satisfying their feminine energy, but like, you know, it could be vice versa as well. But you know, if you're not balanced with your masculine and feminine, then your whole life is just sort of like a mess. It's just a mess. Okay, what was I saying? So yes, opposites attract. All right, you need to satisfy the basic thing you need to know about Mars and Venus is that we have the instinctive need to satisfy both. So what that means is that, yes, you will either search for it in someone else, you know, your sign that, like, your planet and the placement that you want, but you haven't empowered it within yourself yet, or you will empower it within yourself. So, okay. Let's see what are my other notes. Live well substantially, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Getting into understanding your placement of your Mars and your Venus. So, look at, okay, I have my chart here. For example, my Mars is in Taurus in the 9th house. And then my Venus is in Mars in the 9th house, and my Mars is in Leo in the 12th house. So, I'll start with explaining my Mars because that's what I'm typically searching for. That's what I've been, it's like the missing puzzle piece that I've been trying to find all my life. That's what it is. That's your Mars if you're a female. And then if you're a male or ruled by masculine energy, you're trying to find that missing puzzle piece, which is your Venus. Does that make sense? So, I have recently been able to feel totally comfortable on my own and just like, I feel so whole. Just, I have no urge to look for a relationship or, you know, I'm just like, if it comes, that's great. You know, if it doesn't, whatever, I'm good. I'm just having a fun time, like being by myself and doing what I want to do and blah, blah. Because I am satisfying 12th house energy. 12th house energy is spirituality, it's intuition, it's also like insane intelligence. It's going really deep into the unseen world. And then that Leo energy that's there is being comfortable with, you know, being in the spotlight. And so by me making videos on YouTube talking about spirituality and astrology and things that are unseen, this is like totally satisfying my masculine energy that I've been searching for. So pretty much I would, now if I was not doing this on my own, I would be searching for a man who is like this. I'd be searching for someone who can be comfortable, like with all eyes on them, who's very confident, kind of king of the jungle, but is also very spiritual and intuitive, probably pretty empathetic all at the same time. And that is the type of guy that I've always searched for. And honestly, I haven't really found one. Sorry to all the guys I dated before. But I did it on my own. You know, you can all do that. It's so important. So look at your placement, look at the house that it's normally ruled by. And if you don't know what each house, like what the energy of each house is, you can watch my School of Life video and that will tell you like, okay, like this house is like a classroom that teaches this subject. And then the sign that is teaching that class is going to teach it with that sort of energy. So, you know, say, for example, let's go down here. All right. Say, actually, I want to touch on this. So for women, yeah, so for women, okay, once we are satisfied on our own, okay, and we feel like we're no longer searching for that missing puzzle piece energy of that Mars or that Venus, then you move on to your Jupiter and the, you move on to the Jupiter and the Saturn placements. So for men, they search for their Saturn placement. And for women, we search for our Jupiter placement. So now, the type of guy I'm going to look for is going to be very different from the type of guy I was normally looking for. He's going to be like a, well, it's second house ruled by Taurus with a Libra feel. So it's going to be very stable, stable person, you know, very even-keeled, but still able to like follow along with all my intellectual ideas and topics that I talk about. Sorry, let's focus. Yeah. And this will actually fit in really nicely with my Venus and Taurus. For a guy, when a guy feels satisfied on his own, once he actually taps into his own feminine Venus energy in some sort of way, you know, depending on where the house and the sign is, then he'll tap into his his Saturn energy. So he'll look for someone, he'll look for a companion with a Saturn vibe of wherever it's placed. So say I was a guy, I'm totally satisfied on my own, I'm going to look for a female who is, so my Saturn is right on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces in the 6th house. So it's going to be someone who like is very hardworking, but does it in on their own way, like probably very entrepreneurial. You know, maybe they give back to the world. Maybe they're like part of a, like a nonprofit organization. You know, maybe they are into some kind of psychic ability. You know, they're like very tapped in. They're very awoke. They're very awoke. They're awoke? Awakened? They're very awakened. But yeah, that's that Saturn energy that I would look for if I was a man. But now, you know, with being a female, I do need that Jupiter. So, Taurus, Libra. If any one of you is a Taurus and a Libra, let me know. I'm just kidding. I'm not really looking right now. I don't care. But I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you need me to make another video explaining this more, because there's like so much more I could talk about with this, or actually maybe to just like explain or give you more examples or whatever, just let me know. You can message me on Instagram. It's Karina_constellation, and I am doing readings, so you can go to karinaconstellation.com and sign up for a reading. For right now, I'm doing until April 30th. I'm giving my signature reading away for $175. It's a 2.5 hour long reading, and it can be over video chat or in person in Los Angeles. And it is a 3-part reading. So it's first astrology. So it's like going in depth about all the kinds of things like this. And then tarot reading. I have a very strong intuition when it comes to tarot. I love it. And channeling. Because I can, once I'm tapped into tarot, I can channel your higher self and get messages that your higher self has been really trying to make you understand, to help you understand. So I pretty much let them speak through me. That sounds really weird, but yeah, that's the way it works. It's honestly not that weird. It's pretty normal. For the age of Aquarius, it's pretty normal. But yeah, KarinaConstellation.com, and Instagram is Karina_constellation. So let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.